And we are in. Welcome back to another Ark adventure. Okay, boys, so we are in brand new day one on a new server cluster. We are over here on the arkpocalypse servers of Ark, the 30-day wipe servers. I'm pretty excited for this. I tried to stay away, but as we all know, that Ark itch is going to be there, so I wanted to hop on and give it a run on these fun 30-day wipe servers, which is what we're going to be doing today. Probably going solo. Okay, so I think I have a pretty good spot in mind. I haven't played Ark in a little bit, but I think we're going to bring back a spot that I used in Ark Survival Evolved a couple years ago and see if we can survive there. Alrighty, boys, so here we are. We're over on Aberration now. I made myself a little kit and spawned in over here. Found one of these little helpful spiders, these cosmos for swinging around. And now we are geared to go. So the first thing we're going to do, I need to claim my base spot, which is a super sneaky hidden spot up in the roof of Aberration. I'm pretty excited for this one. As you all know, I do love Aberration. Okay, boys, we made it. It took some doing to get up here, but we finally did. We're going to set down a couple of foundations to get our base started. All we really need is maybe, a couple storage containers and a bed. And that will be the makings of our base, which we'll have to build out more later. So if you remember, I'll show you where this spot is exactly, but I actually had a base here a couple of times a few years ago in Ark Survival Evolved, and I'm hoping people kind of forgot about it and nobody will find it over the next little bit. Okay, so here is all we got. We got a smithy, we got a bed, and that's all we really need. So here's where it's at. I'm gonna jump out and we're gonna fall down. So it's right up there at the very roof on Aberration. We're kind of close to the portal on the map, and I'm hoping that turns out to be a pretty good spot. Okay, so we don't really have a whole lot yet. I made like a couple of metal tools, but as always, I want to start out with raiding as much as we can, so we need some oil. And oil's a little bit difficult to get on Aberration. A pretty easy way, though, is to kill these trilobites. Okay, so here is my little starter base we made over here in the blue zone. I'm going to craft up some grenades. At least we'll have something, and then it's already like a little bit into the wipe. I think we started kind of late, so there maybe is even a couple of bases already built. Okay, so we have plenty of resources. So my main goal here with the starter base was to craft up some structures for my base up in the roof, and that way we can have everything ready to go when we travel up there. Boys, so I tamed this stego. I always kind of forget that on these arkpocalypse servers they add a few mods. The developers of Ark, the wildcard, adds a few mods to each wipe, and I totally forgot. And so I looked in there, and we're gonna have to use a couple of them to make our lives easier. So I tamed up this stego for gathering berries and reminding a couple of these green gems, and then we'll use one of their nice mods. Okay, so here is the mod. It's basically just like a big brewing barrel that you can brew all sorts of potions. They're looking pretty crazy, like they increase your weight or your speed. And some of them actually spawn dinos, which I know is a little bit broken, but I mean, what can you do? So we're gonna take advantage of that. Okay, so we crafted up some of the basics. I do want to see this. This might not even be worth our time. Oh, dude, yeah. Okay, so see, it spawned us in a level 15 Anki, which, yeah, it was kind of hard to make. I'm not really sure that that's actually worth our time to spawn in that sort of dino. There is rare ones, so we might have to try the rare ones instead. Alrighty boys, so we found our first target. I came back over here to the blue zone and I immediately found this base. He has a few turrets on it. We don't really have a whole lot, but I was able to make a few C4. And we have our just primitive flak, but it probably is enough. He doesn't have too many turrets here. So as long as I'm careful about the way that I approach this base, we should be able to get a little raid in here. I think we're going to go from the top just because I might be able to drop on the roof or something. Okay, so a little bit of damage to my armor, nothing too bad. Let's take a better look here. Oh gosh, there goes my leggings already. Gonna have to switch to hide. Okay, so we got... should just be this one turret. And then there's one on the right side, but I think we can hide from that one. If we kind of hide behind those foundations and the smithy and everything. Oh gosh, okay. So just, we have those two on the right, and then I think we just have one on the left here. Yeesh, dude, that was close. That was scary. Oh gosh, dude. So close to death there. Alright, but we did make it in. We are super poor at this point in our base, so anything we can find, materials or gear, we won't be happy about. Our friend here. Gonna have to chop him up, Mr. 3945. Oh, dude, he's got a ton of metal. That is great. We can fix up our flak. Okay, so this guy did have a good amount of gear. He has a lot of materials, though, so I think we're going to have to kind of ferry those over to one of the charge nodes and then upload ourselves just with all of this charcoal and this metal. That will give us a really big head start on our own base. Check out all that metal in there. Tons and tons, and then there's even more in here. Okay, not the greatest ammo in the turrets, but you know, 100 bullets each. That's not so bad. Okay, boys, so here we are with all the gear. You can see what we got. Ton of spark powder, charcoal, metal, stone, some ammo, lots of good gear. Definitely a worthwhile raid. I used like only a few C4 for that. So that's going to give us a leg up pretty early on. Okay, and yeah, before we go, we're going to upload this Cosmo. That way I don't have to leave him here and we can head to a different server. So we did get a ton of gear here. We're just going to drop it off at our base and we'll probably just go right back out raiding. I did find a little base in one of the entrances I just want to look at. We might be able to do something there. We'll have to see. Alright, boys. So no, I am not cheating. This is a potion that I took like I showed earlier and it makes you super fast. Just like a little bit concerning, but we'll have to see how this plays into the game here. So there's a massive base over here. I'll show you guys, and it's kind of insane what we're gonna see here. So you can see, yes, they have a Giga and a Karcha, which, yeah, this is like semi-official, and this shouldn't be happening. It's probably a bug with the mod. I think they're spawning, gosh, they're spawning dinos in here that shouldn't be allowed on Aberration. Let me try to turn off the gen. Oh, dude, no way! No way! These are all unaggressive! Obviously, yeah, dude. Oh, I didn't think they were all gonna be on aggressive. I was hoping I could just run in and turn off the generator. Okay, so we're back at that base, and I just want to take a look, dude. Oh my gosh, this guy's a Titanosaur. Oh, and he's right there. I see him running. Oh, dude. Okay, so they must have majorly messed up on the mods that they added for this server and not thought of like spawning in stuff on Aberration, so they're just allowing any dino, which is why that guy could have like all those weird dinos that aren't supposed to be on this map. Okay, so we're making a bunch of these summon potions. Now that I know that they're really broken and you can pretty much get any dino from the rare ones, we're gonna try to make a few. Okay, boys, and yes, I am flying, and yes, it's up to my base. So we made a little bit of progress here. Added a cryo fridge, added a generator. We tamed a couple dinos, but unfortunately, I just feel like this mod that they added is like gonna break this season. It's really OP. There's like potions that you can see right here. You can fly, and you can have super speed and spawn in dinos, which kind of takes out the whole like official aspect of these servers. I'm not sure, maybe somebody should fact check the mods before they add them in, seeing that if they don't like totally change the game. But I don't know, I guess we'll just, I'm not really sure, dude. I don't even know if I like want to keep playing. It's like ridiculous what they have. These mods just like change the game entirely and make it kind of weird. So I don't know. It's kind of a bummer because I really wanted to like go hard this season and play the entire wipe, but it's just weird. It's like, it's not, it doesn't feel like official vanilla Ark at all. So I don't know, but I'm gonna spawn in some of these dinos just to like see what I can get, and I don't know, maybe we'll just mess around in the meantime and see if we can do any raids or anything fun. Okay, boys, so we spawned in a griffin with one of those potions. Yeah, I know, dude. I fully realize the strangeness of what's going on. I'm flying a griffin on Aberration. So, yeah, this could be the nail in the coffin for this series. Yeah, it just is weird, and it totally defeats the purpose of my base spot too. Like, someone could just fly up here and blow up my base, where it's a lot harder on the normal Aberration. So I don't know. Okay, and we actually got a Karcha from one of the potions as well. I feel like if I can get a saddle for this, I could run this thing in if I had like full buff on it and kill all those guys, that guy's dinos he has up in the green entrance. So we might try to do that just before we call it a day on the servers. Yeah, I don't know. I hope Wildcard will stop adding these mods at some point. Okay, we're leveling up a little bit. I have to be a super high level. I don't know if, I think it's 99 or 100 for the Karcha saddle. So we need some more levels here. Okay, boys, so I came over to a different Aberration server and was just scouting around with this, the flying potion. Yeah, I know, dude. This is probably the most semi, like, unofficial video I've ever had, but, you know, I am playing it just trying to have a fun time here, and we found a base. I mainly found it because these guys have zip lines going all the way up to their base, and, it was pretty easy to see after that. I don't know exactly where it is. So we're gonna keep looking around for a second here. I think it's in these structures somewhere. Oh, I hear a little... Oh, okay, here's the base, here's the base. Okay, so it doesn't look like they have any turrets, but they have a fabricator, some smithies, bunch of storage boxes. So it could be worth our time. I'm not even sure if I can fit through here, though. Okay, I finally found the entrance they're using. It's like this long tunnel. This is actually a pretty good base spot, if you built it with some turrets and everything. But we are in here. Let's take a look around. Oh, dude, let's go. So 3 pretty good Megalosauruses right off the bat. A good Spino. A bunch of other good materials, which, I mean, we're kind of poor at our base, so I'll take most of this. Maybe we'll craft it into some good stuff. They got some maps, even. This is actually a pretty good find, dude. If these guys have plenty of materials to make turrets. If they made a couple of turrets, it would have been way harder for me to raid this. Let's just see if they have anything in any of these boxes. It's kind of hard to see just because it's so dark in here. It's totally empty. Yeah, totally empty. I'm gonna blow this up just so I can see. I can't really see if there's stuff in any of those, so I just want to see if there's any bags left over. In here, oh dude, he's got a bunch of pearls. Thank you for that. Dude, 9C4. These guys are a little stacked. Let's go. Alrighty, boys, so I wanted to show you guys just how I'm farming in a base spot like this. So if you're gonna have a base spot that's like up in the roof or in a rat hole or somewhere that it's not really easy to farm, this is my favorite way to do it, is just set up like a little farming area kind of by transmitter. You could put some dinos over here if you wanted to, but I don't really need that right now. So we're just farming by hand. We're gonna fill up all these boxes with materials, and then that way we will be able to transfer all these to our base pretty easily and be able to make some turrets and some C4 and all sorts of good stuff for raiding, which will make our life easier. Yeah, so it's as easy as this. You can see I have like, what, 100 slots of materials now. Pretty simple, pretty easy. Lots of stone, flint, metal, wood, some crystal. And life is good. So I haven't played a ton this wipe, honestly. I've been kind of weirded out by the mods, but they actually removed that mod, which is a big deal. Okay, so we're spawning in, and like I was saying, they removed the weird potions mod, so I know that that was probably kind of weird for the few days it was in, but it has been totally removed, so the rest of the wipe should be a little bit more normal, which I'm excited about. We finally have a little base together, and we're going to be heading off to some other servers, doing some bigger raids in the future, hopefully. And I'm looking forward to that. Alrighty, boys, that's going to wrap up this video. I know it was a little strange with the mods, but I promise the series gets really good as they remove the mods in the first few days of the wipe, and then it gets really good. So look forward to a new series on Ark. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace, my dudes.